In November last year, my fiancée at the time cheated with a guy from her work. She confessed because they were caught by his best friend and she couldn't handle the guilt. She confessed to me at 2 a.m. while I was at work over the phone. We were in a long-distance relationship as I serve in the armed forces, and as far as I know now, she lied about the extent of the cheating. She told me she simply reacted without thinking about his physical actions. I was hurt beyond hurt, but because I loved her, I gave her a second chance. We physically met up one more time after this in November, where we made love. And she said all sorts of horrible things about the man she cheated with, about how gross he was, etc. After this, when I went home, things changed. She didn't get sad as I left like usual, which felt odd. And then, when I went back to work, within a week, there was an incident where she claimed someone at her work touched her inappropriately while I was working. We called, and I said I'd be on my way to somewhere where we could call more privately and I could look after her. She asked how I was, and I said that I was fine, although I had a headache. She said okay, and then we hung up until I was somewhere more private. At this point, when I rang again, she exploded. I said I was incredibly inconsiderate and selfish for talking about having a headache when she had this going on. And it spiraled into a rant that I was controlling and caging her, and she couldn't handle it anymore, and she wanted a break. In the break, I agreed to let her be a bit, but I admittedly failed. I'd gotten so used to her being the only person I really talked to that I still messaged her all the time. Then, in the middle, she called me and told me she was friends again with the boy she cheated on me with. I thought nothing of it more than being hurt that she would do that considering what they did. And then she broke up with me. At this point, I lost my temper and realized if she could be friends with him, she wasn't sorry at all, so I told her that. And alongside that, she told her parents I threatened her with suicide on a previous call, which was untrue. I'd talked about the fact that alcohol was causing me suicidal thoughts. I am not teetotal because of this, and shed light on her and told them it was a threat. I cut her off on everything and began moving on as best I could. I've been dating and sleeping with other people, and that's okay. I don't want a serious relationship again, but I'm fine seeing others. A couple months go by, it's early March. I reached out to organize sending her stuff back to her that I had, and she asked if I wanted mine back, to which I said no. I told her I'd seen her on Tinder, which I did, and she said she doesn't have the app anymore as she's not ready to be in a relationship again anytime soon. She kept being weird with me when I was messaging, which was when I foolishly decided to check Facebook. At this point, I saw the truth. Within less than 2 weeks of breaking up with me and ending our engagement, she had gotten into a full-blown relationship with the old woman she cheated with. And had posted it on Facebook with him. This was when I reached out to the one friend I still have where they live, who works with both of them, and asked for the truth about everything. From what I know, she has moved on with him, isn't really looking after herself anymore, cleaning, etc., and has done things like touching him while on the sofa next to his best friend. My friend happened to be his best friend before they got together, and getting weirdly jealous every time my friend talks about girls. As far as I'm aware, her parents don't approve of the relationship but aren't saying anything to her, and his parents don't approve either but again won't force them to separate. I said some of the most vile things I've ever said to a human in those messages when I found out they were together, and I don't regret it, as she deserved it. I still find myself sometimes daydreaming about me and her getting back together, even though I do genuinely hate her now for all she's done. And from what I know, she's beginning to make the people around her hate her too. Everyone at their work doesn't know what she did, and if they did, they'd ostracize her, and she'd end it with him and run home to escape it. She cares about her reputation more than anything, so if it were to come out, it'd ruin her. I don't know why I care anymore, but I often find myself in fits of anger, begging to find a way to ruin their relationship and wanting everyone down there to find out what she did to me. Her family knows, and my mate and her new boyfriend obviously know, but that's it. It feels unfair that no one knows the truth. More to the point, my friend told me the whole inappropriate touching incident was a complete lie, as camera footage from their investigation proved the man was completely innocent and she had lied. To which she received zero consequences. Even as I'm dating someone else now, who is incredible, I can't seem to shake this unending hatred toward her. I want her to feel half as much pain as she has caused me, and it's not fair that she isn't feeling it. What do I do? I know to cut her off totally. I've made it so her and her new fella have me blocked on all platforms, so I can't see them. I don't want to cut off my friend down there, as he needs support from me too with his stuff, and I care about him and want to help him because he deserves it since he's such a good person. It's not healthy to think about her existence. But how do I let go of the hate and focus on the new girl I'm dating, who is incredible? What do I do? Are my feelings valid, or is my hatred ridiculous? It's so confusing.